India Today TV, along with 70 other news channels, is a proud member of the News Broadcasters Association since 2007. We strictly follow the code of ethics and guidelines issued by NBSA. Beware of unregulated channels.
The Indian farmer is angry this time, protesting the three controversial farm legislations pushed through by the Modi government.
किसानों को बिल्कुल झूठ बोल बोल कर गुमराह कर दिया इन्होंने बिल्कुल पूरी तरह से पूंजीपतियों को बढ़ावा देने के लिए इन्होंने पूरा स्टॉक करने की इजाजत दे दी है।
एमएसपी हमको दिखाने के लिए मत दिखा लो, उस पर खरीद करनी है। सरकार ने एक बार भी नहीं बोला है कि हम खरीद करेंगे। सरकार बोल रही है कि एमएसपी रहेगी। एमएसपी रहना और एमएसपी पे खरीद करना ये दो अलग अलग बात है।
अगर किसानों का हित सही होता तो किसान को सड़क पर नहीं आना पड़ता। अगर सड़क पर किसान आ रहा लाठी से पीट रहा है तो कहीं ना कहीं ये राजनीतिक सोच का कारण है।
There is one chance of thing that if corporate enters in this means they could buy all the coconuts together, mobilize, and there is chances of reducing the price also. We should be aware of that. Government should give assure for this.
It's totally autocratic of the central government.
Agrarians across the country are out on the streets.
Hello and welcome. You're watching the news Unlocked. The Indian farmer is out on the streets and is planning on Friday massive agitations across the country against the Modi government's farm bills. The epicenter of those protests is the state of Punjab. The question is, why has this legislation triggered such strong responses from the farmers? Joining me now is our newsmaker, the Punjab Chief Minister, Captain Amrinder Singh. Captain, thank you very much for joining us. Explain to me these farmer protests, because many are saying this is hypocrisy. Politicians and parties who to the other day, including the Congress, including you, were backing farm reforms in your manifesto, now have come out in protest against them because the Modi government has brought them. Isn't there an element of political hypocrisy in your response, Captain?
Rajdeep, first thing you must understand. In the 17 manifesto also, we had a modification of the APMC. What was that? That was to make it more stringent, more farmer-friendly, and to see that we had said that instead of the current mandis, we will have another 1,000 mandis or whatever the figure is. We tried to make it more liberal for people because we knew the problems that we are facing. We had to do it this time because of COVID, but that was forced on us. We wanted to do it as part of a ever ongoing process, and that is what we brought. That was what was our intention then. What is happening now is once you do away with this purchase system, the RTR system, the market, the Mandi board, you do away with the Food Corporation of India, you do away with all the agencies that work towards connecting all this. Who is going to do it? Are they going to do it? Instead of an FCI, you want to have some big industrial house which will do the buying. And who is going to buy it for them in the mandis? Who will run the mandis? The mandis in Punjab are run by all my agencies. Whichever our food-related agencies were, you buy on behalf of the Food Corporation and give it to them. Who is going to do this?
No, Captain Amrinder Singh, Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar on more than one occasion in Parliament outside has said the farm laws will not override your mandi system. The market APMC system will continue. All he is claiming is that this new law gives the farmers to sell if they want to private players, if they don't want to go through your APMC traditional mandi system. What's wrong in giving the Indian farmer a choice, Captain?
Please look through the act. Here it is lying, and I'll show you where. No, I want that act. The act which is in that. It's been said that no state can set up an APMC or any other agency and take any interest. We take 4,000 crores from our farmers as 2% on what comes to the market. And that is used for making our rural roads, our development of our villages, and whatever is necessary for the rural sector. That's what we do. Now, in this, it's specifically mentioned that there is going to be no.
No, are you telling me, Captain, that the agriculture minister of the country is lying when he says that the existing laws will not override the state-run APMCs? You can run the APMC in Punjab, and let's say a private company can come and set up its own marketing agency also.
Absolutely not. First, he made a statement in the House to say that the Punjab was party to the decision. We were never a party to the decision. We were not discussed. The ordinances and all were never discussed with us. We were not even a member of the committee. I had to write to the Prime Minister because we are one of the leading agriculture producers, make us a member of the committee. By that time, they had their first meeting. In the second meeting, which was only something related with some cost factors and various things, that our finance minister went to, and that is also quoted in the bill. And that was only to talk about what the cost is and whatever finance we need to manage. And the third meeting was of our officers, in which all they were told was government has decided, and that is it, and go home now. And that is the whole thing. But I want to read that word out to you, which you are saying that Omar is saying. What these laws do is to demolish the entire Mandi system. Section 6 of the Act says that no fee can be now connected in Mandis under any state APMC Act. This will hit Punjab by about 4,000 crores. That's our assessment.
No, Captain.
You asked.
Captain Amrinder Singh, is your objection to the manner in which the Modi government pushed through the laws, are you on board with the intent to open up the markets or not? The Congress party in its 2019 manifesto, you in your Punjab manifesto, pushed for open markets.
But we are already doing it. Who has stopped people from a man from, let's say, from Firozpur or from Hoshiarpur? If he's got kilos, he can go and sell them. And nobody's stopping him from selling them in Madras. Our things are going. Things are moving everywhere. People are doing private. I've got snow peas growing, which are going to Australia. I've got strawberries growing, which are going to all the markets of the country. These are Punjab farmers doing all this. So who is stopping them? Nobody is stopping them. What we are worried about, 75% of my farmers own less than 5 acres of land, out of which half of them are 2.5 acres of land. What happens to that farmer? He won't know what his MSP is. He won't know what he's going to get. How is he going to feed his children? Who's going to do his buying? At least now he knows that my mandi is in this village, and there will be these people buying it from there. It will be the FCI buying it or somebody else buying it on their behalf. That he knows. And he knows because of the MSP what he's going to get. Now the Prime Minister has announced 50 rupees more. Fine. But it's not part of the Act. It's not part of the law. It's not part of what the President is going to sign tomorrow. Why didn't he put it in there? That the MSP is going to be maintained and the Food Corporation is going to be the agency. They haven't done that.
Captain Amrinder Singh, I want clarity. If the existing farm laws, for example, were to say the minimum support price is to remain, and no private player can pay a farmer less than MSP, will you then end the protests against the farm bill? I'm trying to understand, is your objection to MSP, is your objection to private procurers entering? What is the precise objection at the moment?
Who is stopping the private player? I've got Pepsi making chips here and food out of wheat here. I've got ITC, which has come in and put up another potato handling plant in Moga. I've got everything going on. Nobody's stopping anybody from doing any purchase. They can go and buy. They don't go through an RTR system. They can go to the farmer and buy their potatoes or whatever else they require for their manufacture. And similarly, any farmer wants to. But I'm talking about a small farmer. How can 75% of their farmers make their own contacts all over the country? It's not possible.
The Modi government, Captain Amrinder, says that the new laws will break the cartel of middlemen. The farmers will be able to sell to the private companies. Small farmers can also get into contract farming. All of this will enable them to get more remuneration for their produce and better prices. Do you agree?
Shall I tell you something? What is the relationship with the farmer? You ask any farmer here. Go to any village in Punjab and ask the farmer. They do not want direct purchase. They want to work through the RTR system, because the RTR and the farmer has developed a relationship over the years. It's been going for 60 years, the system with the Mandi board. Before that, it used to go on their own with the RTRs. And anytime anybody has a problem, say he has a problem, he has a wedding in his house, or he's got to take his child to a doctor, and suddenly an emergency comes up, he goes to the RTR, and he goes to the RTR and takes it. And he goes to the RTR and gets whatever money he wants and takes his child to the hospital, to a doctor or whatever. That is the relationship that is there. And that is why when this thing came that we will pay money direct to the farmers, the farmers said, no, we want to go through RTRs.
There are those, though, who believe that all of this at the end of the day is, in a way, not allowing the farmer to fully become free in a way. I want to understand from you, if MSP, minimum support price, was guaranteed under the new act, I come back to it, will you then support it? Is that your objection, that farmers today, you believe, are no longer guaranteed a minimum support price? Because the government says that's not true, that's a myth.
Absolutely. I think the MSP is the first thing that should be there, and there should be an agency which does the buying, and in this case is the Food Corporation of India, which is doing the buying. And all our Punjab agencies are working for the Food Corporation. We buy on their behalf, and then we also get a limit which is given to us for buying from the Reserve Bank. And then also this business of the federal.
No, but why? No, Captain, I want to ask you this. Why should the Food Corporation of India and government agencies have a monopoly? Why can't there be private players and the FCI? Or why can't the FCI simply over time, as many believe, that the FCI also needs reform? Let the farmer decide, Captain, how he wants to sell his produce.
Aldeep, one thing, I don't understand one thing. You know, we are quite happily allowing the constitution to be totally finished. Do we have under the where is that? Under the entry 14, here you are. We are part of entry 14 in view of the state list. That means the Punjab has its own. All states have their own right to express their views on agriculture, or do what they wish on agriculture, or make any policies they wish to do on agriculture. That's ours. Mm-hmm. Now, what you have done, because they wanted to do this, they've taken it out and they've made it and they used entry 33 of the concurrent list to take it. Where concurrent list says that you can, foodstuffs and all can be traded. But this is not foodstuffs. This is agricultural produce. And that is and the state's decision what it wishes to do, regardless of which party is in power. It doesn't matter. Today we may be here, tomorrow we may not be here. But
no, that's the argument, Captain, about federalism, whether the state should have the right on agriculture. But why shouldn't farmers, I come back to it, have a choice? Just like in Indian Airlines, had a monopoly, now that monopoly is over. Why should that not happen even for farming? Why not give more options to the farmer, Captain?
If any corporate house wants to come and buy it, who's stopping them? But why are you stopping this? I think you should allow the Mandi board to continue, and the government of India should announce a minimum support price, and that should be maintained by the Corporation of India. That's what will be done. And if anybody in the planet it takes it as that.
But there are those, Captain, who are saying that the protest, for example, tomorrow, Akalis are joining in, Congress is joining in the protest in Haryana and Punjab, we are told. All of you seem to be on the same page. Am I correct that on this issue, every political opposition party, Congress and the Akalis, are both on the same page, competing for that same vote?
Well, look. Firstly, if you want to ask me that question, I'll give you an answer. When we had an all-party meeting in Punjab, why did the Akalis say no? They came there, but they disagreed with us. Every other party said yes. They said no, because they don't want to annoy the people in Delhi, who they are allied with. They've got a minister of there sitting in their government. She's now withdrawn. That's a different issue. But she was there then. Then I called a special session of the Vidhan Sabha to discuss this issue. And there the Akalis walked. They didn't come. So my point is, they are playing their own politics because they don't want to take away from the central government and be together with them in the next election so that they can make the election a year and a half in. Well, good luck to them. That's their only aim. Otherwise, now, why have they withdrawn their lady from there? Because they know that the reaction in town was such that they would have lost. So they removed one person. And they say we made a great contribution. Now, what is their contribution? All good.
You know, Captain, the Congress is joining the protest. The Akalis are joining the protest. They seem to represent, some would say, certain entrenched interests among farmers. Is this actually all about these two, your party and the Akalis now with an eye to the assembly elections of 2022, each of you eyeing the farm vote?
I have said so today in a press statement, to which I hope will be published tomorrow morning, that I think this should be, it is beyond parties. This is for our state and for the farming community of this country. And therefore, whether it is Congress, whether it is Akali Dal, whether it is LIP or whether it is Aam Aadmi Party, we should leave our parties aside and get together with the farmers on it. Yes, everyone, this party is going to be there at every point, and so I believe are the other parties. So everyone is going to support the farm. And this is not a time for politics. This is serious business. This is the future of our people. It's the future of our agriculture. And Punjab is the one today that even today contributes. We are 2% of India, and yet we contribute nearly 50% of the food to our food pool. So
So the Modi government, you can do the protest, says it's going ahead with the new laws. What purpose do you believe the protest will serve? Do you actually believe that the government will roll back these reforms?
Nothing. Let them go ahead. At least we've done our bit. We've told them that we don't agree with it, and if they want to push us under the table, then let them push us. And they are big people. They are big governments. They can push a little Punjab around and push some other states around if they wish. What can we do? We can only. But I want to warn the government, which I warned before, that please remember one thing: we are a border state. We have been having today. I have in the last 3 years, we have got nearly 150 terrorists which we've locked up. We have captured nearly 700 weapons which we have taken and explosives. We've got a Gunda system here, a Gunda system which works with arms. And now you're going to have an anger amongst the youth of Punjab, and they will become targets for this anti-Indian rhetoric which is going to develop in this state. I have seen this happening before. I have been in politics. This is my 52nd year. So I have seen it happening in the time of before Blue Star, after Blue Star, in the 90s, where my chief minister was assassinated here. I've seen that happening. I've seen all these things. Why do you think in the last government I went on for this Termination of Agreements Act? Because I knew that the moment they started digging that SYL canal, you would have Pakistan involving itself in it. Now that government will decide what it wants.
You're warning and saying that the youth will be disenchanted, those who are on farming. But how do you respond to those who say this is all about entrenched interests, the big farmers, the rich farmers, the small farmers, the farmers of Punjab to a large extent, because you have an entrenched mandi system, are affected. The rest of the country, farmers, particularly in southern India, will not be as worried. How do you respond to that these are limited entrenched interests against this bill?
Rajdeep, the big farmer is capable of looking after himself. The big farmer is not worried. I've just told you. I know my own Congress president who owns a very productive quinoa farm in Abohar. He sends all his quinoas to Madras and Bombay and other places. They are not worried. What I'm worried is for the people who have 2.5 acres or 1.5 acres or 3 acres. That's what I'm worried for. Where is he going to get a market from? Who's going to come and buy his thing? Who's going to give him his money? He is interested in that. And the system which has worked a century, Bharatiya farm relationship, you're going to break everything.
So my final, therefore, question to you, what is your advice to Prime Minister Modi? The government, as I said, seems determined to go along with these farm reforms. They've gone by the economic survey, which said private investment in agriculture is key to doubling farmer incomes. What would you tell Prime Minister Modi, Captain Amrinder Singh?
What the answer to the Prime Minister will be. I've written to the Prime Minister twice, 3 times on this subject. When it started in June, I wrote then, I wrote later, I wrote after that, and I told him that this is going to be completely wrong for the state, and I cannot comment about agriculture in other states. That of course the people, so they will have to respond. But I told him that you do not. I gave the reasons, and I've even mentioned the reasons of national security. I mentioned all, and if they've taken it, now they have.
Will these protests spiral, or will these be just one-day token protests? Will these farm protests spiral, Captain?
Look, when it comes to, there are 3 things. Once when you get political things like we've had in Punjab, Chandigarh should come or some other territory should come, these things can phase out. When it comes to things which are a certain religion, they don't phase out. They stay on. Even today, people are talking of is the Blue Star in Antigua. But the third thing, which is when people don't know how to feed their families, how to feed their children, how they're going to look after their families, and that is all they only own 2 acres of land. That will never go. If you can't feed your children, then you can ask for them. And there, what about that? And what about the other youngsters who are now in that age group of 18 to 25? They will become your problem as far as the law and order is concerned. I have been through it. I've seen it. I've seen the troublesome Punjab, which we've had in those years. I've seen how 35,000 people died in Punjab. Do you know that during that period? 35,000 people have died. And we had nearly, I think, 1,700 policemen who died. I go to their wreath at the memorial in Jalandhar every year. So these are the things that you have to look out. And because we are sitting next to a country that is all set to use any opportunity to sort out India. And this is something that we have to be careful about.
Captain Amrinder Singh, you've spoken as always. Speak your mind. You believe that these protests, therefore, are a sign of worrying times when the farmer hits the street. Thank you very much, Captain Amrinder Singh, the Punjab Chief Minister, the state that is the epicenter now of the spiraling farm protests. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. The News Unlocked.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.